St. John, a quaint little town situated at the Fundy coast of Canada.
There has been an exponential increase in size of the Indian community in the last 2 years, including people from all walks of life.
As immigrants in Canada, the Indian community wanted to stay united and cherish the beautiful diversity, tradition, and culture of India.
Hence, the Indian community decided to reactivate the Indo-Canadian society to achieve this mission.
A harsh winter is round the corner, and just like every year, discussions on Diwali function has started. Instead of a group of friends bearing this responsibility, the Indo-Canadian Society of St. John decided to lead and conduct the Diwali function on a grand scale.
Dance and music practice sessions have started happening in the subsequent months.
The decoration team, the MCs, technical and stage directors, marketing team, catering management, photographers, and all performers actively took part and worked hard to deliver a memorable experience for the audience.
Finally, that day came. It is the 17th of November, 2018.
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमत्ताय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थायिने गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्मसदाराध्याय गुरुपुत्रपरित्रात्रे गुरुपाखण्डखण्डकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि गूढगुल्फाय गन्धमत्ताय गोजयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि सर्वराजाय गन्धाय सर्वगानश्रवणप्रणयिने
गाढानुरागाय ग्रन्थाय गीताय ग्रन्थार्थतत्त्वविदे
गुणवते गणपतये
ग्रन्थगीताय ग्रन्थगेयाय ग्रन्थान्तरात्मने गीतलीनाय गीताश्रयाय गीतवाद्यपटवे गेयचरिताय गायकवराय गन्धर्वप्रियकृते गायकाधीनविग्रहाय गङ्गाजलप्रणयवते गौरीस्तनन्दनाय गौरीहृदयनन्दनाय गौरभानुसुताय गौरी गणेश्वराय गौरीप्रणयाय गौरीप्रवणाय गौरभावाय धीमहि गोसहस्राय गोवर्धनाय गोपगोपाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
We'd like to welcome you to this dazzling evening filled with divine music, classical and folk dances, plus power-packed Bollywood performances. We are excited to be your MCs tonight. I am Ali Murgason.
And my name is Ali Dandrakar. Before we begin, we would like to cover some quick housekeeping rules. So, first off, the bathrooms are located in the back of the auditorium. The women's bathrooms are to my left, and the male's bathrooms to my right. Please refrain from texting and messaging during this time, as it is distracting for our performers and me. And we welcome you to take photos and videos.
There will not be any intermission, but if you need to leave the room at any time, kindly use the back door as subtly as you can. With all that covered, now sit back, relax, and enjoy our Diwali show.
By the way, what is Diwali? And why is it so special? Alright, let's watch this video so that we can get a bit of an understanding. Diwali is one of the most important festivals celebrated in Asia. It is celebrated on the darkest night of the year, although Diwali is a festival of light. All over India, homes are decorated with lights and earthwork lamps called diyas.
The name Diwali comes from the Sanskrit word Deepavali, which means row of lamps. Diyas are lit in every house to banish the dark and bring good fortune. How did the festival lights begin? The following story answers the question. A powerful prince, Rama, was married to a beautiful princess called Sita. They had been banished to live in the forest with his brother Lakshman by his stepmother, who wanted her son to be the king.
Ravana, the demon king with 10 heads, heard of Sita's beauty and goodness. He planned to abduct her by making a golden deer. Sita asked Rama to capture this deer. And while Rama was away, Ravana imprisoned Sita and on the island of Lanka. Rama and Lakshman went with Hanuman, a powerful ally, and the trio prepared for battle.
The fighting lasted for 10 whole days. It looked as though Ravana was going to win until Rama borrowed a special bow and arrow from the gods and shot Ravana and successfully ended the battle. The day Ravana was killed is known as Dashera, the defeat of 10.
Rama and his family decided to return home, but it was a moonless, dark night, so the people of Ayodhya had an idea to light the roads with lamps. They showed them the way home. It was a huge celebration, and this is called Diwali.
In another version of the story, Lord Krishna's wife Satyabhama killed the demon Narakasura, and that day people celebrated as Diwali.
In our day, at the time of Diwali, people wear new clothes, meet their friends and relatives, eat good food, exchange gifts and sweets, decorate their houses with lights and rangoli patterns, and set off fireworks.
In the evening, many people offer prayers for Ganesh, the god of wisdom and good luck, the one who removes all obstacles in life, and they worship Lakshman, the goddess of prosperity and good fortune. Lights are lit on all night so that Lakshmi would feel welcomed and enter their homes. Diwali is a festival of joy, prosperity, and good luck, and a celebration of victory of good over evil.
Now that we know the significance of Diwali, let's spice it up with some exciting dance performances. In the eastern part of India, it talks about the elements of nature and spreads the message of happiness and joy.
The performers are Ishita, Samrina, Tanisha, Leela, Swati, Aditi, Alisha, Shreya, Nesa, Naila, Shri, and Shreyas. Choreographed by Dahlia Ghosh. This adorable performance by the kids is sure to put a smile on your face. Let's welcome the crew.
আজ এসেছে ঝুনঝুন ময়না নাচো না তাথই তাথই নাচো না বুলবুল পাখি গাও না গুনগুন গুনগুন গাও না দক্ষিণা গো বহনা শনশন শনশন বহনা মোর পিয়া ঘরে আজ এসেছে ঝুনঝুন ময়না নাচো না, তাতই তাতই নাচো না, বুলবুল পাখি গাও না, গুনগুন গুনগুন গাও না, দক্ষিণা গো বহনা, শনশন শনশন বহনা, মোর বিয়া ঘরে আজ এসেছে। ভুলেছি গত দিনের সকল মনো ব্যথা, ও পাগল মন শুনিতে চায় না কোনো কথা। ভুলেছি গত দিনের সকল মনো ব্যথা, ও পাগল মন শুনিতে চায় না কোনো কথা। প্রাণের মুকুতায় ছড়াবো যথা তথা গো, ছড়াবো যথা তথা। ঝুনঝুন ময়না নাচো না, তাতই তাতই নাচো না, বুলবুল পাখি গাও না, গুনগুন গুনগুন গাও না, দক্ষিণা গো বহনা, শনশন শনশন বহনা, মোর বিয়া ঘরে আজ এসেছে। ঝুনঝুন ময়না নাচো না, তাতই তাতই নাচো না, বুলবুল পাখি গাও না, গুনগুন গুনগুন গাও না, দক্ষিণা গো বহনা, শনশন শনশন বহনা, মোর বিয়া ঘরে আজ এসেছে।
Now we are delighted to introduce Shri Shreys Ambedkar Chil. He's a multifaceted and exceptionally talented musician. He has been trained in Indian classical music from the age of 5 by his parents, who are accomplished classical musicians themselves. He cultivated a deep interest in the Indian dulcimer, it's a string instrument called santoor, after attending a concert by Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma. He was subsequently initiated into learning santoor from the age of 17 under the tutelage of Pandit Dhananjay Daikankar. We are very proud to let you know that Shreys is one of Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma's prominent disciples.
Shreyas has devoted his own unique style to express himself through the distinct characteristics of the santoor, its emotional and spiritual aspects, and its serene notes can take the listener into a state of meditation, peace, and harmony. He has performed in various concerts globally, including India, Kuwait, Australia, USA, and Canada at the Mosaic Festival 2018.
He also teaches santoor at the music school, Danshala in Toronto. Well, there's no end to his versatility. He is a music composer of Kathak ensemble and folk music in the Toronto area. With no further ado, Shreys, please take it away. Well, I was talking to Trace today morning, and there were some of his words that resonated deeply with me, and I'd be happy if he could share those words with you as well.
Thanks, guys. So just something I was having a word with you, and my Guruji, Pandit Shikma Sharmaji, who is the pioneer of Santur, he mentioned once that he was so unwell, he couldn't move, and there was a concert about to happen. And the moment they mentioned his name, there's some divine spirit or something actually moves you, gets that energy inside you, which perform. You come out there, you perform as if nothing's wrong, and once the concert's over, you're again back to the stage, and you're again on the stage where you can't move. So that was something which is, we feel that that's more spiritual, and that's the energy which you can work towards getting things better. I guess. So that's something which I wanted to let you know. I hope you guys also experience something like that.
T-shirts, Swayam and Joel. They both have an engineering background and are pursuing a master's in business administration at UNBSJ.
Tonight, they'll be singing two songs for us, Adit by the band Joe and Country Roads by John Denver. Let's welcome the matching T-shirts.
न जाने कब से उम्मीदें कुछ बाकी हैं मुझे फिर भी तेरी याद क्यों आती है न जाने कब से दूर जितना भी तुम मुझसे पास मेरे हैं अब तो आदत सी है मुझको ऐसे जीने में जिंदगी से कोई शिकवा भी नहीं है अब तो जिंदा हूँ मैं इस नीले आसमां में चाहत सी है तेरी बढ़ती जाए आहट ऐसी है ये तेरी मुझको सताए यादें गहरी है इतनी कि दिल डूब जाए और आँखों में ये गम न बन जाए सभी बातें भुला दो उन्हें मिटा दो उन्हें lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty days with moonshine, teardrops in my eyes. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road, I hear her voice in the morning hours as she calls me. Radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Country roads.
Ladies Dalia, Purvi, Shivangi, and Shreya, who are preparing for you a graceful, fun, and enthralling performance set to well-known Bollywood tunes. This will be a delightful treat for the audience.
गली में मारे फेरे पास आने को मेरे, गली में मारे फेरे पास आने को मेरे। कभी परखता नैन मेरे तो कभी परखता तोर, कभी परखता नैन मेरे तो कभी परखता तोर। अंबर सरिया मुन्ने आवे कचिया कलिया ना तोड़, अंबर सरिया मुन्ने आवे कचिया कलिया ना तोड़। तेरी माँ ने बोले है मुझे तीखे से बोल, तेरी माँ ने बोले है मुझे तीखे से बोल। अंबर सरिया अंबर सरिया
छनक छनक छन छनक खन
मेरा झुमका उठा के लाया यार वे जोगी राधा बरेली के बाजार में मैं तो ठुमका लगा के शर्मा गई बोली घूमकर बजाने के मैं आ गई मुझको लगा के नाच ले आजा नाच ले मेरी यार तू नाच ले झनक झनक झनकार हो नाच ले मेरे यार तू नाच ले अब तो लुटा है बाजार सबको बुला के नाच ले आजा नाच ले मेरे यार तू नाच ले झनक झनक झनकार हो नाच ले मेरे यार तू नाच ले अब तो लुटा है बाजार
तू होगी 1 2 2 ओ कुड़िए what to do ओ हो गई मुंडे दी पतंगा वर्गी तू एवें उड़दी ओ हो गई मुंडे दी हिला ते चलदी टुक टुक तू करदी मेकअप तू करदी अंग्रेजी पढ़दी गिट पिट तू करदी जिम्मे कोई न साडी विक्टोरिया तू कैंटी बिग बैन दी पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा ओ कदों नच पैन दी पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा तू कैंटी बिग बैन दी पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा ओ कदों नच पैन दी पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा
Very interesting. Kedar is a 4-year-old self-taught singer, singing since he was 1. He's going to entertain us today by singing an English song, Farmer in the Dell, followed by a Sanskrit sloka for Ganesh.
Farmer in the day, the farmer in the day, the high of the day, the farmer in the day, the farmer likes a while, the farmer likes a while, the high of the day, the wife, the farmer likes a while, the wife takes the child, the wife takes the child, the high of the day, the wife takes the child takes a nerve, the child takes a nerve, the high of the day, the child takes a nerve, the nerve takes a dog, the nerve takes a dog, the high of the day, the nerve takes a dog takes a cat, the dog takes a cat, the high of the day, the dog takes a cat, the cat takes a mouse, the cat takes a mouse, the high of the day, the cat takes a mouse, the mouse takes a cheese, the mouse takes a cheese, the high of the day, the mouse takes a cheese, the cheese stands alone, the cheese stands alone, the high of the day, the cheese stands alone.
Singing a Ganpati Stotra.
Namam Vasudevam गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं भक्तावाहमने नित्यम् आयुष्यकमर्दसिद्धये प्रथमं पुत्रदन्तं च एकदन्तं द्वितीयकं कृष्णपिङ्गाकं तजवकं चतुर्थकं लम्बोदरं पञ्चमं पुस्तमं गतमेव च उत्तमं लिङ्गराजन्तं धूम्रवर्णं पताकम् एकनवमं भारचन्द्रं च दशमं विनायकम् एकादशं गणपतिं द्वादशं दुर्गजानः द्वादशैतानि नामानि श्रीसन्धेयपतेन्नर न च विघ्नोऽभवत् सर्वसिद्धिकरं तवो विद्यार्थी लभते विद्या मुखधनन्ति लभते धनं पुत्रार्थी लभते पुत्रा मुखार्थी लभते गतिम् जपेन गणपतिं प्रब्रह्माते परं भवेत् ॐ भक्तिलिङ्गविद्यं च लवदनाथसंसः इति अप्तभ्यो ब्रह्मणभ्यक्ष हित्वाय पमर्पयत् तत्त्वविद्भावो सर्वा गणसस्य प्रभातः इति श्री नारदपुराणे नाम श्री गणपतिस्तोत्रं प्रणाम।
Our next performance is a group dance from the famous Bollywood song Swag Se Swagat from the movie Tiger.
Shonarni. The performers are Ishan, Ishita, Samrina, Shreya, Nisa, Shri, Swati, and Shrees.
स्वैग से करेंगे सबका स्वागत। स्वैग से करेंगे सबका स्वागत। मिलके चलता चल मसले करके सबसे कहते रहना उनके दिल तेरी है मंजिल पे तू मिल सबका ये कहना चाहे जो आए लेके दिल में इश्क की इबादत सबको गले लगाना अपने कल्चर की है आदत। स्वैग से करेंगे सबका स्वागत। Y'all ready to bring the riff back? स्वैग से करेंगे सबका स्वागत। स्वैग से करेंगे सबका स्वागत।
The next performance is a very interesting one as well. Tonight, we are very lucky to have a professional comedian to perform for us. We would like to introduce Jillian Graves. She came onto the comedy scene in 2017 and has been making Maritimers laugh ever since. Raised in rural New Brunswick, Halifax educated, and now a proud uptown dweller, Jillian's style of comedy is storytelling humor.
Jillian has headlined Bates Barnes, has opened for James Mullinger, and is featured in New Brunswick's Talent Showcase. Jillian is thrilled to celebrate Diwali for the very first time and hopes you'll enjoy her sturdy Acadian humor. So please give a warm welcome to Jillian Graves.
This is hands down the best dressed crowd I've ever performed for. Yeah, you guys know how to clean up. Wow. So it is my first ever time celebrating Diwali, which is fabulous. I love it so far. And so what do you do when you show up to a party and you don't know anybody there? You sit at the kids' table. So that's what I did. They'll be very honest with you. So I sat down at the kids' table and I was asking some of the lovely girls I was sitting with. I asked one of them, "What's your favorite part about Diwali?" And she answers immediately. She answers in a very loud voice. And she goes, "The food!" And then she thinks about it for a moment. She goes, "And the dancing." So I say, "Okay, well, please, I need some help. I'm a white person. I obviously can't dance." And so I said, "Could you please show me some dance moves? Can you show me some dance moves later on tonight, maybe?" She says, "Oh, yes, of course." And then without taking a breath, she asked me, "Do you have a boyfriend?" Thought we weren't going to go there tonight. And I said, "No, I don't." I was like, "Do you know anybody?" And she didn't off the top of her head, but I decided to press her a little bit. And I said, no, like significantly older brothers? No. Young uncles? Anybody? No, she didn't know anybody. I admire Indian culture. This festival is amazing. I think it's a beautiful thing to celebrate a festival of light in the darkest days of winter. It's a beautiful thing. Something else I admire about Indian culture is that some marriages in Indian culture are arranged. And I respect that a lot as a single woman on Tinder. Yeah, that's funny on its own. Funny for you. As a single woman on Tinder, I'm about to ask somebody to arrange something for me. Something. And people have very different perspectives on marriage, It depends on who you ask as to what makes a successful, happy union. For 5 summers, I worked in my hometown in Belle-Isle. It's about an hour from here, at a farmer's stand. And I scooped ice cream and I sold vegetables. A very exciting summer job. But what I love about this job is the people you get to meet, right? So this very sweet old man comes in. Imagine Don Darling in 30 years. Okay? Just sweet and old. Don, you look great. You look great. So the sweet old man comes in and he orders a baby scoop of vanilla on one cone, a baby scoop of chocolate on the other. You get 6 ears of corn. This man's walking with a cane. So I say, "Oh, sir, I'll help you carry that out. Don't worry, I'll help you carry that out to your car." So I go out to his car. He hands the vanilla ice cream cone to this sweet little old lady in the passenger seat. And he says to me, with so much love in his eyes, "Would you believe I've been married to that beautiful woman for 54 years?" Now, folks, at that time, I'd never been on Tinder before. I still had hope. And I thought my heart melted. It did. I thought it was so sweet. And I said, "Sir, what's the secret? You seem so happy, both of you. What's the secret to such a loving, happy marriage?" And they look at each other, they look at me, and they say, "You know what? We just really love each other. We love each other so much, and we appreciate everything we have. We appreciate one another so much. There's no real secret. We love each other." And I thought, that is beautiful. So I go back into the store, I wish them a good day, go back into the store, and I tell my colleague, "Madison, would you believe that sweet old man has been married to his wife for 54 years? And she says, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And a very sour-looking woman standing at the cash goes, ahem. So we were not being good employees at that point, ignoring our customers. So there's a man standing at the ice cream, and this woman, his wife, standing at the cash, and she pipes up and says, well, we've been married for 56 years. Looking really happy about it. So I asked her, I said, well, I asked them, and I'll ask you, what's the secret to such a happy, long marriage, So she looks over at her husband, with vinegar in her eyes. She looks back at us and she goes, well, you've got to ignore a lot. So there you have it, folks. Those are two very different perspectives on marriage. Love each other and ignore a lot. But I think maybe like a balance of both, that might be a good scenario. Who knows? It's so fabulous to be celebrating Diwali. I love that St. John, New Brunswick is becoming a more multicultural place. Diversity is awesome. I love it. This is such a beautiful celebration. And what I like about Diwali is that it celebrates the triumph of knowledge over ignorance. And in 2018, we could certainly use a lot more of that. So, yeah, it's wonderful. Beautiful, beautiful celebration. And I grew up in a very, very small town, and it has no cultural diversity at all. None. You've got Baptists and Pentecostals, and we were the diverse ones. We were the diverse ones in my community because we were one of two Catholic families. Very diverse. So we had, very kind neighbors, very sweet neighbors, but they were just so white, They were so white that, pepper was spicy to them. Yeah, that's white, They'd go into that beautiful supper and be like, I think we'll just have the bread. So, yeah, they're so white. They're so white, and probably the only black person they know is Oprah. So white, so white. So they'd never traveled before, but they decided they'd take their first trip to Vegas. Very classy. So they go to Vegas, they're all set for a day of sightseeing, and, forgot the camera back in the room. So she leaves her husband in the lobby, she goes back up to the room, gets the camera, headed back down. When the elevator's doors open, there are 6 black men standing there. Now, she is ignorant because she has never seen a person who's not white before. So she doesn't know that nothing bad will happen. She's assuming the worst, which is the worst. So she gets into the elevator, and one of the men says to her, hit the floor. She gets down on the floor. Right on the floor. And she's holding her purse above her head, her hands are trembling. And she says, please just leave my passport, take everything else, I don't care. There are some personal pictures of my husband on that camera, but that's fine. So she's holding her purse above her head, and there's a pause, followed by tremendous laughter. These men are laughing so hard they have tears coming down their faces. They're roaring, and they say, no lady, no, we meant hit the floor, like the button, the one we want. We're in an elevator, just hit the floor you want. So they have a good laugh about this, and one of the guys says, lady, where are you from? So she tells him, New Brunswick. Such a proud moment. So, they laugh it off, she apologizes profusely, and, they wish each other a great stay in Vegas. It was, a good moment after all the hilarity. And so when she and her husband go to check out of the hotel, the concierge says, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not sorry. Actually, everything's been paid for already. And the husband and wife look at each other. They hadn't paid. And she says, oh, there's a note here. So they read the note. And it says, thank you for the best laugh of my life. This may one day make it into one of my shows. Love, Eddie Murphy. Amazing. So she turns to her husband and goes, who's Eddie Murphy? My name is Jill Graves. Happy Diwali. Thank you so much for having me
Okay, moving on to our next performance. I'd like to introduce you to this amazing performer. Before I do that, we'd like you to take you to God's own country. Yes, Kerala, which is one of the most beautiful states in southern India. We'd like to invite Kartika Pillai to perform Mohiniyattam, the famous dance form of Kerala. Kartika is born and brought up in Mumbai. She's a passionate dancer from the age of 5. Her guru, Srimati Geeta Vijayashankar, is a late-grade artist in Doordarshan and a well-known Mohiniyattam acharya in Mumbai, pursuing the Sampradaya style or the traditional form of dance. Kartika has performed at various festivals like Natyanjali, Nritya Pratibha Dance Festival, Atharvodsa, Shivali Festival, and several corporate programs in Mumbai. She has done her engagement and has won several awards for her performance. She has performed at the International Dance Council at NCPA on World Dance Day before moving to Canada. Well, we'd like to thank her family, her husband Sujit Menon and 3-year-old son Advait Menon, who are supportive in her enthusiastic artistic pursuit. About her performance today is a beautiful praise of Goddess Durga, in which the artist offers Navarasas at her lotus feet. The Navarasas, or 9 emotions, or 9 bhavas, states of mind, that are depicted in this dance are Shringara, love, Veera, heroic, Hasya, humorous, Karuna, tragic, Raudra, fierce, Bhayankaram, fearful, Vipalsam, disgusted, Adbhuta, amazed, and Shanta, peaceful. The dance is performed in Mohiniyattam style. It is a composition by K.C. Keshava Pillai in Ragamalika, set to Aditalam. Let's give a warm welcome to Kartika Pillai.
दीप्त्रां तद्दिमितरिकिडतगदीप्त्रां तद्दिमितरिकिडतकतत्ततादिं तगरत्तादिं तद्धिं तगरिं तकततिकिडतो दीप्त्रां तद्दिमितरिकिडतगदीं त्रां तद्दिमितरिकिडतकतत्ततादिं तगदत्तादिं तद्दिं तगदिं तकततिकिडतो दीप्त्रां तद्दिमितरिकिडतगदीं त्रां तद्दिमितरिकिडतकतत्ततादिं तगदत्तादिं तद्दिं तगदिं तगतदिकिडतो दीप्त्रां तद्दिमितरिकिडतगदित्रां കോപേ നാട്ടഹസിച്ചുകൊണ്ടു അസുരരെ ധ്വംസിച്ച കല്യാണി കോപേ നാട്ടഹസിച്ചു കൊണ്ടു അസുരരെ ധ്വംസിച്ച കല്യാണി താപം തീർക്ക വരാണി കുന്തളഭരേ സാരംഗ ലോലേക്ഷണേ ആപദ്നാശിനി ശങ്കരാഭരണമായിടും ശുഭേ ഭൈരവി ശ്രീപാദ സ്മൃതിയിങ്കൽ മേ നവരസങ്ങൾ ചേർത്തിടുവാനായി തൊഴാം ആനന്ദ ഭൈരവി ആനന്ദ ഭൈരവി ശൃംഗാരം വീരം കരുണം ഹാസ്യം അത്ഭുതം ഭയാനകം ബീഭത്സം രൗദ്രം ശാന്തം 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 ശ്രീപാദ സ്മൃതിയിങ്കൽ മേ നവരസങ്ങൾ ചേർത്തിടുവാനായി തൊഴാം ആനന്ദ ഭൈരവി ആനന്ദ ഭൈരവി ആനന്ദ ഭൈരവി
Up next is the group dance by the Sparkling Divas. They will be doing a dance by Chum Chum, which is a song from the movie Buggy 2. Chum chum is denoting the sound that is made when one is dancing and jumping in puddles of water in rainfall.
This dance is choreographed by Shona Arni, and the performers are Naila, Aliza, Nila, and Aditi, famously known as the Sparkling Divas. Let's go.
My heart is announcing you got to take me away. Let's start jumping, my heart goes pumping. I love you in every way. धड़कनों पे बूंद जो गिरी
तो नाचो आज छम 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 मैं नाचो आज छम 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 मैं नाचो आज गिली हवाएं झूमती है दिल को मेरे झूमती है छोड़ के ये शर्म वरम झूम ये जिया कोई भी कहे कुछ भी यहाँ मैंने तो कभी सुना कहा दिल ने मेरे जो भी कहा मैंने वो किया इस पल को मैं आज जी लूं जो भी होगा देखा जाएगा कल मुझसे नैना मिला के औसम होने लगे पागल सबसे होके बेफिक्र नाचूं मैं आज छम 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 मैं नाचूं आज छम 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 छम
Our next performer is a classical dancer, Deepshika Biswas. She has trained in classical dance forms, Kathak and Bharatanatyam for about 8 years under the Chandigarh Gharana. She and her colleagues formed a government-registered group named Kolpokata, which means thoughtful imaginations weave with words.
They had their first show in 2013. She has performed annually dance and theater at the Indian Institution of Technology.
Today, she'll be dancing for the song called Joro Joro Jore Rongir Jarna by Rabindranath Tagore. Written 1922, it's based on the raga Bahar and celebrates the wondrous Mother Nature in all her glory as she decks up during spring. Let's welcome Deepshika Biswas.
छोरो
ঝরো 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 ঝরে রঙের ঝরনা ঝরো 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 ঝরে রঙের ঝরনা আয় 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 সে রসের সুধায় হৃদয় ভরনা ঝরো 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 ঝরে রঙের ঝরনা আয় 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 সে রসের সুধায় হৃদয় ভরনা ঝরো 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 ঝরে রঙের ঝরনা সেই মুক্ত বন্যা ধারায় ধারায় চিত্ত মৃত্যু ভাবেশ হারায় ও সেই মুক্ত বন্যা ধারায় ধারায় চিত্ত মৃত্যু ভাবেশ হারায় ও সেই রসের পরশ পেয়ে ধরা নিত্য নবীন বরনা ঝরো 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 ঝরে রঙের ঝরনা আয় 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 সে রসের সুধায় হৃদয় ভরনা ঝরো 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 ঝরে রঙের ঝরনা ধ্বনি দক্ষিণ হাওয়ায় ছড়ায় গগনময় মরমুরিয়া আসে ছুটি নবীন কিশালায় আসে নবীন কিশালায় তার কলধ্বনি দক্ষিণ হাওয়ায় ছড়ায় গগনময় মরমুরিয়া আসে ছুটি নবীন কিশালায় আসে নবীন কিশালায় বনের বিনায় বিনায় ছন্দ জাগে বসন্ত পঞ্চমের রাগে বনের বিনায় বিনায় ছন্দ জাগে বসন্ত পঞ্চমের রাগে ও সেই সুরে সুরে সুর মিলিয়ে আনন্দ গান ধরনা ঝরো 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 ঝরে রঙের ঝরনা আয় 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 সে রসের সুধায় হৃদয় ভরনা বাজ মৃদঙ্গ উড়ত রঙ্গ আয়ো রে তোরা ঝরে বাজ মৃদঙ্গ উড়ত রঙ্গ আয়ো রে তোরা ঝরে খেলা না হরে সুন্দর নার ডার কলহার রে বাজ মৃদঙ্গ উড়ত রঙ্গ বাজে মৃদঙ্গ রে বাজ মৃদঙ্গ উড়ত রঙ্গ ঝরো 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 ঝরে রঙের ঝরনা আয় 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 সে রসের সুধায় হৃদয় ভরনা বাজ মৃদঙ্গ উড়ত রঙ্গ আয়ো রে তোরা ঝরে ঝরো 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 ঝরে রঙের ঝরনা বাজ মৃদঙ্গ উড়ত রঙ্গ বাজে মৃদঙ্গ রে
Our next performer is Chayan Saha, the founder and instructor of Bollywood Dance Studios Incorporated. Chayan is a professional Bollywood dancer and choreographer from Calcutta and now St. John. He has been performing Bollywood dances for over 16 years. He started choreographing Bollywood dances in 2010. He performed in many big stages both in India and in Canada.
Bollywood dance style is inspired by the Bollywood film industry of North India, a dance style that is a perfect fusion of various Indian and Western dance forms. It's a freestyle dance which doesn't need any prior dance skills. For today's performance of Chayan, feel free to clap, even get up and dance. Let's enjoy the powerful Bollywood dance of Chayan. We welcome Chayan to the stage.
मैं हूँ तेरा किंग ओए लेके आया रिंग ओए बन जानी अज मेरी क्वीन तू करा प्रपोज ओए तरीफा रोज ओए कि दसा हाउ मच हसीन तू
जाओ लफंगे ना इश्क में ले पंगे फीलिंग तू दिल में दबा ले
ओ हवा 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 मुझको उड़ा ले आजा आजा तू मेरे दिल को चुरा ले इश्क वाले कार्ड पे नाम मेरा लिखा ले बीच में ही बसी है बात आगे बढ़ा ले बॉयफ्रेंड बना ले
किसी और को पटा ले
बॉयफ्रेंड बना ले
नजरे तू हटा ले
मुझको फंसा ले
किसी और को पटा ले
बॉयफ्रेंड बना ले
नजरे तू हटा ले
Mashallah, Mashallah,
Start the beat.
Mashallah, Mashallah, Mashallah. तेरी नजर मिल जाए मुझसे अगर माना मुझे मुझको तो मिली है दोनों के बीच में कुछ हो गया जोड़ी है तेरी और मेरी बेबी जस्ट जुदा और बढ़ती great Urwasi, take it easy Urwasi, take it easy Urwasi, सुनता लड़का चारों ओर पर तू सबसे sexy Urwasi, take it easy Urwasi
राम जी की चाल देखो आंखों की मचाल देखो करे ये धमाल देखो अरे दिल को तुम संभाल देखो अरे राम जी की चाल देखो आंखों की मचाल देखो करे ये धमाल देखो अरे दिल को तुम संभाल देखो अरे चाल देखो ढाल देखो रगों में उबाल देखो 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 देखो
Indo-Canadian Society of St. John to deliver the vote of thanks.
Hello again. So on behalf of Indo-Canadian Society of St. John, I would like to thank a lot of people. There's so much of effort, so much of work that has been put into this. Just to start with the performances. Did everyone like the performances today? I think I don't have to thank you guys. Have given a lot of thanks to all the performers. Thank you so much. The MCs, Adi and Ali, I would like to thank you. Not just the performers, but it was also the choreographers behind the performances. I would like to thank all the choreographers who were there before, behind them. There were lots of dads and moms who were driving these kids around the town to get these performances together. Thank you for doing that. There's lots of work that has been done behind the scenes. You saw only the performers here on the stage, but there were lots of people working behind. So I would like to thank Aslu, especially, who was our stage director today. If no one has looked up, there's a guy sitting up there. That's for Ben. He's our technical director. When you walked into the theatre, you would have seen a few of the portraits that has been kept here in the front. All the 4 paintings, they were made by Som and lots of kids. The name of the kids are written on the portraits. If you have missed it, please stop by and take a look. This was done specially only for this function, and the kids have shown lots of dedication and the work that they have given. I would like to thank all those kids today. The decoration that you see right from the stage to all the different places that are there are few girls who are not sleeping throughout the night. They have done a lot of work behind it. So I would like to thank Gina, Radhika, and especially Neha, my wife. Thank you so much. And believe me, there are a lot more people who had helped us to put this up. Making the decorations was one part, but there was a lot that was needed. Today morning they came up. From 10 to 1 o'clock, we are just working here to get all these decorations in place. So thank you for all the volunteers who came and helped us. And especially the audience, the cheering and the laughter that I heard today, that was something which I will take it back, which was very, very nice. So thank you very much. Our special guest, Mayor, Mr. Darling. It's an honor to have you in our function, so keep coming back. And the more you say yes to it, we'll keep making our performances more and more better. Thank you. Our MLA, Mr. Trevor Holder, thank you so much for your support and for your presence here. It means a lot for us. Thank you. And I heard Mr. Darling, he was mentioning he liked the food, so I hope everybody enjoys today's hearty food. So thank you, hearty. That is all I have to thank for. If I missed anyone, please forgive me, but I want to thank each and every one of the guys. There are lots of people who traveled today for this function, especially to come and attend, not from St. John, not from Fredericton, but far out places. So I want to thank each one and every one of you who has come here to participate, brought your kids to be on the stage. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now we request all the performers to come onto the stage. Please rise for the Canadian National Anthem followed by the Indian National Anthem. Thank you.
Our home and native
Diwali once again. Thank you, everyone.
Before we get back to the dance, there is this very special person today here, and today, Manish Banga. I see you in the very back. Today is your birthday, my friend, and we will celebrate it.
In the event, the variety of delicious Indian food served filled the hearts of the people.
Internationally acclaimed musicians, comedians, and dancers made the Diwali evening more delightful.
Honorable Mayor Don Darling, the Honorable Minister Trevor Holder, and other guests enjoyed the Diwali evening with the Indo-Canadian community.
Thus, the Diwali celebration ended beautifully, bringing both Indian and Canadian cultures together.